Tomorrow in Adelaide, the fourth cricket test begins, with a resurgent Australia pushing for a clean sweep of the series against India. For the tourists, the results are part of a miserable run of 7 consecutive test defeats away from home, which has seen them lose the world #1 ranking. However, there has been one reason to celebrate, as Mike Sexton reports.
This past weekend, Adelaide's A-grade district cricketers battled it out in conditions so stifling that even the most loyal club supporters struggled to stay interested. But almost alone in the grandstand, watching intently, was one of the greatest Indian cricketers of all, Bhagwat Chandrasekhar, a leggy who 34 summers ago spun India to its first ever win in this country, taking 12 wickets on the MCG.
The final test was really a thriller. The decider was a thriller. We were chasing about 477, 480 runs, and we missed it by about 20-25 runs. And altogether, it was a wonderful series. Actually, I was a wicketkeeper in the beginning, and then
Chandra, as he's known, was part of a spin-dominated attack that took on an Australian side depleted by World Series cricket. Bob Simpson had been lured out of retirement to captain the young team.
I think they've learnt a lot. There's a couple of players who haven't got the runs I thought they might have got, but that takes time. I've generally been very pleased with them. They've got tremendous spirit.
Chandra took 28 wickets on the tour, part of an aggregate of 242 during a 15-year international career, which he ended with the extraordinary statistic of having collected more wickets than runs. However, that he was even able to hold a bat is incredible, given he played without the full use of his right arm, which was withered from childhood polio.
if I try to take a catch which is coming to the higher level, it was not going. So I have to take my left hand support and lift it and then try to take the catch. It was difficult. It was pretty difficult. But otherwise it was quite normal. So where the bowling was concerned, there was no problem. I was throwing with my left hand.
He was 5 years old when he contracted polio, and despite the handicap, wanted to be a wicketkeeper.
I was keeping wickets initially, and then I thought I can become a Freddie Truman or a Ray Linville. I started bowling fast. I have not seen them, but I presumed their action was such, and then I was bowling like that. Then I said, let me become Jim Laker, let me become Richie Benner.
Chandra never lost his childlike enthusiasm for the sport or for Australia, and as his international career came to an end, he agreed to play a season with Adelaide club Tea Tree Gully, which was a young side that included future Test player Damien Martyn.
The important thing from my point of view of wanting to teach these young people was that on the field, no matter how much ability you've got, how much performance you put in, you still need to have passion for the game and unbridled enthusiasm for playing the game. Chandra typified that.
Although Chandra was well past his best as a player, he imparted valuable life lessons on his teammates.
The other time is when you come this side of the white line, you don't have to toss bats on the ground to be a superstar. I mean, there's something to be said for being humble, proud, and yet still confident. And he was very much that.
Now in his mid-60s, Chandra's still involved with the sport, in a way. He's using his profile to help his country overcome something far greater than a game of cricket, trying to eliminate polio. Members of the current Indian side, including the little master Sachin Tendulkar, are the faces of a public health campaign to vaccinate all Indian children for polio.
It's an illness that mostly is asymptomatic, but in less than 1% of cases people get a symptomatic infection which causes diarrhoea, muscle cramps, headache, neck stiffness, and can cause the paralysis, which is of particular importance because it is a crippling illness.
For this vaccine, dead germs are needed.
After polio vaccines were developed in the late 1950s, mass vaccination programs steadily reduced the number of cases. Australia was declared free of the virus in the year 2000.
Mass vaccination has been the reason why Europe, the Americas, Western Pacific, including Australia, have been declared officially polio-free. There is no other reason. That's the reason.
But the world may never have seen the type of mass vaccination that's taken place in India. In 2009, there were more reported cases of polio here than anywhere on Earth. But with philanthropic support, international health coordination and more than 1 million volunteers, 900 million Indians were vaccinated. And earlier this month, the country marked an astonishing milestone of being 12 months without a new case of polio.
I was really proud, and I said, yes, I will definitely make it. And I must really, really appreciate the hard work done by everyone involved in this team.
There are now only 3 countries, Nigeria, Pakistan and Afghanistan, with polio. And the success on the subcontinent has created the belief that polio could go the way of smallpox, which was declared beaten worldwide in 1979. After his work promoting the success of the anti-polio campaign, Chandra had time to visit his old club in the Adelaide foothills. He says life has taught him to be both hopeful and practical, and it seems these were lessons he was able to pass on.
He didn't perform to what he would have wanted to perform as a player, but I was more than happy with the lessons that were being imparted.